This week in the strength trials, we're going to talk about consistency, finding your anchor, and missed reps. First of all, consistency, something as easy as showing up to the gym or showing up in the gym to make sure you're having a productive workout is something that is easily overlooked when it comes to fitness. It's easily overlooked when it comes to health. Consistency is something that people struggle with on a daily basis. They could, whether that's walking the dog every day, or if that's maybe having a piece of fruit or two a day, maybe having something green, having a salad a day, drinking a lot of water, things like that, and being able to be consistent with those things. I think it's able to, it'll start you off on a better track for your day, and it'll also keep you on the track for better progress long term. Consistency in the weight room as it comes to powerlifting, consistency is something that is needed. A lot of guys might train 1 day a week, 2 days a week, and then the following week they'll train 5 days a week, and then they'll get off target a little bit, and they'll get off their their plan or their program, and then they wonder why they don't ever make progress. Training is something that needs to be concrete. It needs to be something that is definitely blocked out in your schedule, whether it's at hour or 2 hours, or if you're having if you have a big training cycle, it's got to be 3 hours, whatever it is. That being able to be consistent is something that is necessary to have progress in the sport of powerlifting and your all-around health. I know myself, this is going to move into my second point, which is finding your anchor. Your anchor is something that needs to be done every day, or something that you think that you need to do every day to make sure that your day not only is a productive day, but is it almost sets your mood for the day. So your anchor is, that one thing you have to do. And for me, that's training. I train first thing in the morning. I usually go to work, then to school, and then I have coaching afterwards. And my anchor every day is being able to wake up in the morning and get a good quality lift in. If I don't do that, my day is not only is it stressful, but I have almost like a chip on my shoulder. I'm not really myself because I'm constantly thinking, man, I either dogged it today, or I could have done better today, or what got in my way throughout the morning that I wasn't able to get my normal training in. Your anchor can be anything. I asked my wife what her anchor was the other day, and she said it was just having a cup of coffee and having about 10 minutes just to get her mind right after she woke up. And it could be as simple as that. It could be reading the paper. It could be, going for a walk with your dog. It could be going for a walk, with your spouse or your kids or whatever it is. So I'd like you to give a shot at maybe identifying what your anchor is, and then making sure that you get that anchor done every day. Because if you're able to find your anchor, that will translate into your consistency, because then you'll find out something that you need in your day, and you're able to be more productive with it. And that way you're not going to want to miss it. And I'm lucky enough to have a passion for health and for fitness and for powerlifting. So that falls into my anchor. And I'm happy that is my anchor. I'm sure there are people out there that struggle, whether it's alcohol or drugs or something, that their anchor is a six-pack every night. You don't want that. That's something that's going to be very counterproductive to you as a person and your health long term. So try to make your anchor something that is not only healthy, but it's something that makes you a better person. Moving on to my talking points this week, I want to talk about missed reps. Something in the conjugate system that is quite, it's seen as a negative thing, is the max effort method, only because you have failed reps in the gym. I can't understand why people can't auto-regulate themselves, and I understand maybe a younger lifter struggling, but a novice or an intermediate to advanced lifter should understand what a max effort attempt feels like. They should understand when they're coming up to their peak of the day. So I like to judge it on an 8 to 10 scale. There's a couple lifts in here in this week's video that were 8s, and I stopped at probably like an 8.5 or a 9. You shouldn't constantly strive to push for that 10, because not only will you stall in your progress, but you're going to eventually either get hurt or you're going to miss your reps, and that's going to set you down a path to maybe ingraining those bad motor patterns into your training. But missed reps are something that can make or break you. Guys go into the gym and all they want to do is load on plates and quarters, or even plate jumps, and they go from 315 to 405. Well, whatever happened to going to 335 and 355 and 375? Taking small jumps, getting the work in that there's necessary to push their strength gains up. before taking that big jump to 90%, because I'm not unsure. I don't understand why guys feel the need to do that. It's almost like they're testing their manhood against the people around them, and that's not what this sport's about. This is an individual sport. Anybody that tells you that, you got to be, you're competing for others in powerlifting, they're telling you that you're full of shit and you're in the wrong fit. You're in the wrong sport. Powerlifting is very individual. You shouldn't miss your reps, and you should constantly try to compete against yourself. I know myself, like I said before, I judge things on a 1 to 10 scale. If I know I'm getting close to my maximal effort, I definitely take a look in the mirror, whether it's a good day or a bad day, and I try to adjust. If it's a good day, let's throw on another 10 on each side. Go bump it up 20 pounds. And if it's a bad day, let's just stop there and move on to accessory work and get better. I'm going to keep trying to do these, not informational things, but almost like educational, just talking about some random points in the sport of powerlifting that I know that I touch on every week in my training, and I have these thoughts in my head, so I'm going to use this channel as a platform to try to get my message out about the sport. If you like it, like what I have to say, please comment, please like, share, and subscribe. I'll talk a little bit about my max effort day. Here is bow bar front squats with a little bit of chain. This is my second week of max effort front squats. I'm going to continue to do this. I want to keep challenging my upper back. I want to keep working with that wide stance, and I'm hoping that it translates into my raw deadlift. I want to get that up a little bit, because once I get back into the gear, I think it'll only make me stronger down the line. I finished off my max effort work today with a light rep deadlift. So last week I did a block pull conventional for 495 or 500 for 3. And this week I did banded sumo pulls for 3 sets of 5. Just to maybe ingrain the motor pattern back in. It's tough for me to, it definitely feels like a different movement, raw to geared sumo lifting, so my hips are a little bit higher, and I definitely rely on a little bit more lower back. But hope everybody has a good week. Stay safe and stay strong.